Hey guys, this is Jake, Community Manager here at EXO Mountain Gear. Alongside of me is Demi. She's a good friend of ours. She's been wearing our packs for quite a while. And today we're gonna go over the EXS pack and how to fit it. So here, what I've got is the K4 EXS frame. Before we jump into the features of the K4 EXS, want to go over the differences between men and women and why we build this. So typically women are going to have a much shorter torso, so their hips are going to be a little bit higher. Upper body is going to be a little bit different, so they're not going to have as broad of shoulders as guys are, and then their chest is going to be a little bit different. So what we do to design for that is we make the frame harness and frame length shorter, and then we reduce the size of the harness, so we make it not as wide as the standard harness of a K4, just to help with women not having as broad of shoulders. And then there's going to be curvature in the harness as well to help with women's chest. So really the K4 EXS frame is going to be just the same as the K4 standard frame, so same capabilities, performance, features, hip belt sizing. The only two things that are going to be different is you can't run a 7200 on this frame just because the frame is going to be 22 inches, so a little bit too small of a frame for that large of a bag. And lastly, the harness, it does not have the MOLLE webbing here on each side, so you can't run the call kit or the inReach mini holder, just because we made this smaller in width for women. But other than that, everything else is still the same, and we're gonna throw this pack on her and get it fitted. All right, so now that we went over the overview of the EXS pack, we're gonna go and look at our size chart and get fitted for one. So Demi's 5'4", and she's gonna take her waist measurement as well. Before we do so, basically the EXS pack is built for ladies who are 5 foot to 5'8". If you're 5'9" and up and think you might need a taller frame height, but you like the features of the EXS harness, give us a call. We can fit the 23.5-inch frame in the EXS pack, so you can still get the EXS harness features, but have a taller frame. So anyways, she's 5'4". She's gonna take a soft measuring tape around her waist, and then we're gonna look at the size chart and see which belt size she would be. So as you can see, Demi measures 29 to 30 inches, which is perfect candidate for the extra small belt. We say 26 to 30 inches is what that extra small is. If you're 30 and up, you go with the small belt. So we've got an extra small pack behind us, and we're gonna get it fitted to her. So real quick, before we put this pack on, biggest thing we want to note is have some weight in there. So we have about 25 to 30 pounds in here. And lastly, make sure all of the straps are loose before putting the pack on. This is just gonna help getting that pack fitted. So I'm gonna put this on her here. First thing she's gonna do, and I'm gonna help kind of assist it, is she's gonna get that belt nice and tight. The biggest thing is you always wanna do that belt first, so that way you can really center that weight right around her iliac crest on her waist. Once she's got that snug, she's gonna go second to her sternum strap. And she's not gonna over tighten the sternum strap because she doesn't wanna get it too much into her neck, but she wants to do the sternum strap first, because if you don't and you go straight to the shoulder straps, it's gonna pull all of that strap underneath your armpit and not be comfortable. So now that she's got the sternum strap, she's gonna walk in the shoulder straps there. She's only gonna go until it's fairly snug, and then lastly, all times you're gonna go load lifter last. And that's gonna basically shift that weight from the tops of your shoulders to the front of your chest. So I'll give that a little bit more, perfect. So now that weight shifted from the tops of her shoulders into the front of her chest, but 85 to 90% of that weight is gonna be around her waist. So as you can see, this is a really good pack fit. She's got good head clearance. She's got a great angle to the load lifter. And if you face forward, you'll be able to see that she still has plenty of adjustment to tighten up that hip belt for when we load that pack up heavier. Okay, so now that we've seen a perfect pack fit, we're gonna show you guys what a 25-inch frame with a small belt with weight is gonna look like, just to show you the differences and how this pack is much more tailored fit to women. So she's gonna take this pack off. So she's gonna get this pack on, same things, belt, sternum strap, shoulder straps, load lifters. Okay, so as you can see, facing to the side, you'll see there's a substantial gap in between her shoulders and shoulder straps. She doesn't have good head clearance, so that frame is gonna be much taller. Facing forward, you can see that harness is going to be in the way, so that curvature on the EXS harness is going to be better. And then that small belt, it's getting maxed out on this side, still have a little bit of adjustment left, But like we said, this is around 25 to 30 pounds, 10, 15 more pounds, and she's gonna max out that belt, and the rest of the weight's gonna be in her shoulders. So now that we went over proper and improper pack fit, we showed you why we designed this K4 EXS frame for women. Another thing I wanna mention is that this K4 EXS frame is a good option for youth. With it being a 22-inch frame and a shorter harness, it is gonna fit them much better than the standard options that we have out there. So again, to recap, 22-inch frame, all 5 belt sizes, shorter harness, more curvature. This is going to be a great candidate for women and youth. If you have any questions, you can give us a call, shoot us an email, or visit us at exomountaingear.com.